What's up guys, Jeff from Sorta Healthy here. In today's video, I'll be reviewing the NASM CNC or Certified Nutrition Coach course. This has been one of the most requested videos on this channel for a long time, and it's another step on my journey to review all the major nutritionist certifications. How does the NASM CNC course compare to Precision Nutrition Level 1 or the ISSA Nutritionist course? Well, we will cover that today. Of course, we'll also be breaking down who should and shouldn't buy this course, and in my opinion, that's always the most important thing to discuss. I also want to quickly dive into what you can legally do nutrition-wise as a personal trainer, because despite my best efforts, this seems to be one of those areas where the average trainer is very misinformed. Most of you can do quite a bit of nutrition work with clients. Before all that, please consider liking this video and subscribing, because both of those things really do help to support this channel, and this channel is a free resource for all fitness professionals. Thank you so much for that continued support, guys. I really appreciate it. Before I start sharing my opinions on this NASM CNC course, which I have a bunch, let's talk about what you can legally do nutrition-wise as a trainer. This does tie directly into this NASM CNC review, so listen closely. So here I am at holisticcounsel.org. There's other sites that cover this too, but this is one of the better ones. If we scroll down to this map of the United States, we can see green states, yellow states, and brownish orange states. In green states, which there are more green states than any of the others, there are very few laws in place to prevent you from doing nutritional work with clients. Don't give meal plans, don't work with clients who have diseases or conditions, don't call yourself a dietitian because you're not. Those sorts of things are outside your scope of practice. That said, you can pretty much do anything else nutrition-wise legally in these green states, and actually that also applies to many yellow states like Texas and South Carolina too. That all being said, be reasonable, guys. If you suggest BS to clients often, most likely you're going to have problems eventually, regardless of where you live. If you do live in an orangish brown state like Georgia, well then you actually can't truly coach your clients on nutrition. Although even in states like Georgia or Tennessee, you can still show your clients resources that are created by licensed dietitians. PN's Portion Control Guide or the MyFitnessPal app or even some NASM resources would be things that you can guide your clients towards, and if you show your clients these sorts of resources in these states and then encourage them to consistently use those things, well that typically is one of the most effective nutrition strategies no matter where you live, and again, you can do that anywhere, even in these states. Now all of this is relevant here because my first con of this course, and admittedly this is a relatively minor one, is that they only break down scope of practice in a so-so way. Clearly I'm biased, but I think the way that we just covered this is a lot easier to follow. I'm sure a big company like NASM is worried about legal blowback, so they have to be incredibly careful with how they cover scope of practice, especially when it comes to nutrition. Unfortunately, in my opinion, they're so careful that they're not painting a clear picture of what you can actually do. By the way, ISSA didn't do any better with this, just so you all know. I just had more beef with them in other areas. Oh wait, maybe I'm wrong. Here's a link of what I can legally do state by state. Okay, that's weird. How about this one for Australia? Okay, what the f? After some further trial and error, this link does actually take you to the ANA.org or the American Nutrition Association's website. This is a good website that shows you what you can do state by state. Still, NASM, you might want to fix that link, and at the end of the day, they should still have someone on video breaking down different states and countries talking about what you can legally do in each area. It should be crystal clear what you can legally do nutrition-wise as a trainer. It shouldn't be someone like me that has to break all this stuff down for you. By the way, in most areas, the term nutritionist isn't a protected term. Therefore, pretty much anyone can call themselves a nutritionist. There are only a few areas where that's not the case. Same thing goes for nutrition coach. That's not a licensed profession. It's a made-up term, and anyone can call themselves that. Becoming a dietitian is a lot of work. We are not dietitians, and passing this course doesn't give you any special privileges. Anyways, enough of scope. Moving on. My first pro of this course is that it's really well designed and encourages completion. I just reviewed the ISSA Nutritionist course about a month ago, so that one is really fresh in my brain, and yeah, I thought that course was decent. I know this is going to piss some people off, but this NASM course is just a little better in most of the ways that matter. I'm not going to lie to you and say, wow, did I have so much fun going through that NASM CNC course, I can't wait to log back into that one. Nah, it's not really like that. A lot of this material is pretty dry, but in fairness to NASM, that's just going to be true with certain topics. NASM has gotten really good at doing a few key things though. One, they gamify their courses effectively. There's completion percentages everywhere, which yeah, that does encourage you to keep going and get things done. Two, they break up the material really well. It's rare for you just to have to read a ton of text. Well, maybe it's not that rare, but still NASM breaks up their text effectively with diagrams, videos, and quizzes compared to almost everyone else. Three, each chapter has multiple quizzes. This doesn't sound like a good thing, but it actually actually is, because it does help you learn the material. There's a quiz at the end of every chapter to help that material sink into your brain. Unlike with other courses, NASM will switch up some questions if you take that quiz multiple times. They don't change things up too much each time, but those end of chapter quizzes are more helpful here compared to the competition. NASM also has mini quizzes in each chapter, which further help to keep you engaged. My next con of this course is that it's just a little bit lacking in the video learning department. Here I go contradicting what I just said about NASM doing a good job breaking up their chapters, right? Well, no, not really. They are good at breaking things up, and when the videos are in there, they're well done. There's actually some videos in here on how to shop at the grocery store and how to cook things in healthy ways that I think are top-notch and good inclusions, for example. Really what I think is needed here are video chapter summaries though. In every chapter, I should be able to read the text and then move right to a video or audio summary of it to make everything stick. Again, we're talking about a summary here. Just a shortened, concise version of each chapter turned into a video. It's almost 2025 and these courses aren't cheap. I don't think this is asking for too much. These summary type videos at the end of chapters are way more common in the base NASM certification compared to these CEC courses. Also, PN Level 1, NASM's main competition in the nutritionist category, kills it in this department. Some of you may not care about this too much, which is fair. Obviously, I'm biased. I'm a video guy. I learn well by watching and listening. I'm assuming a lot of you are that way too, because, well, here you are. Anyways, long story short, the videos that are in this course are well done, but videos that summarize the text, which, yeah, this text can be tedious, well, that would have been a game changer. My next pro or thing I like about this course, and I'm going to keep this one short because I've mentioned it a bunch lately, is that this course is a resume booster. There's actually only a handful of courses that have a noticeable effect on you getting a better personal training job. Let's assume you already have a base certification from a reputable company. In addition to that cert, and in no particular order, certifications like the FRC or Functional Range Conditioning Certification, the PPSC certification, FMS Level 1 and Level 2, the NASM CES certification, PM Level 1, the ISSA Nutritionist Certification, and the NASM CNC certification, the one we're talking about right now. Those are the sorts of certifications that will actually move the needle for you. These ones matter because if your hiring manager sees that you've passed one of these in addition to a base certification, well, they can assume two things. One, you're taking your training career at least somewhat seriously, aka you're not going to quit right away. Two, you're actively trying to improve your skills and you're willing to learn. These are huge green flags, and having this CNC or something like it on your resume, well, that's a big old green flag too. My last con or dislike of the NASM CNC course is that it still could be quite a bit more practical. I do want to acknowledge a few positive things on this front before I start tearing this course a new one. For starters, I always say that these courses need a chapter at the end that ties everything together. You've given me all this knowledge over all these chapters, now show me how to tie it all together with clients. Well, NASM actually has this chapter this time around, and it's appropriately titled Programming, Putting It All Together. Now, how effective are they at showing everything being put together and being used with actual clients? Meh. It could have been better. There's 3 case studies that are pretty well laid out and explained, but after 23 chapters of information, just 3 written case studies at the very end feels pretty underwhelming. Someone at NASM will see this video, and when you see this video, NASM person, this is what I think you should change next time you update this course. 1. Put in some case studies along the way. Like in chapter 5, which is on energy balance and metabolism, towards the end of that chapter, have a 3 to 5 minute video where a trainer is breaking down calories in and calories out with a client. Knowing the information is one thing, seeing it applied in a real life scenario is something very different. 2. Focus a little bit less on reviewing information that was taught in the base CPT course and more on actual nutrition coaching with clients. There's definitely some actual coaching in there, but more would have been better. 3. Next time, put some more case studies at the end and have video footage for each one. Again, I want to see a trainer actually sitting down and coaching a client with goals on what they should be doing. Video content, NASM. Show me, the trainer, what I should be saying and how I should be saying it. That's the job. And I'm not talking about super short videos like what you'll find in the motivational interviewing chapter. Give me the real stuff, a bunch of full sit-down 20 to 30 minute meetings where a trainer is talking nutrition with a client and coaching them. Okay, I gotta settle down here a little bit because my last pro or thing that I like about this course is still very true. This course can be incredibly helpful if you are willing to grind and you don't know a ton about nutrition. How would you rate your nutritional knowledge on a scale of 1 to 10? Let's say a 1 is someone living under a rock, a 2 is your average person, a 3 to 4 is your average influencer or trainer, and a 10 is someone like Lane Norton, a doctor who studies nutrition for a living. If you're anywhere between 1 and 6, this course would be incredibly helpful. If you're a 7, I still think it would be pretty helpful, but if you're anything higher than that, yeah, I'm not sure how much you'll get out of this. Your mileage will vary. The textbook is solid. I don't have too many complaints there. I think it's just a little bit better than ISSA's, which was also pretty good. There's also lots of print-offs in here that I could see being helpful too. So yeah, if you're willing to grind through this course, and sometimes it is a grind, and you're somewhere over here on the nutrition knowledge scale, then this certification is absolutely worth considering. Like we said, it's also a real resume builder too, so if you need a boost on there to be considered for higher level training jobs, getting this certification can really help with that as well. You do also need to get continuing education credits to maintain your base certification, and if nutrition is a weak spot, this course would really help to correct that. So based on all of that, where should this course go on the trainer education tier list? This one seems really obvious to me. It should go right here at B. I prefer these two courses, but only by a tiny bit. This one is solid all around, it has the right information, and it will pump up your resume in a meaningful way. It's not quite as practical or engaging as it could be, and that prevents it from going any higher on this list. It's similar but a little better than ISSA's version. The real question is PN level 1, which is all the way up here at A-, really that much better than this NASM CNC course? Well, I reviewed Precision Nutrition level 1 4 years ago, so yeah, I'll have to revisit that one and get back to all of you soon. So who should buy this Certified Nutrition Coach course? Well, definitely people who have low to intermediate levels of nutrition knowledge. They should really consider it. In a perfect world, all trainers would have a fairly advanced understanding of nutrition. This course, if taken seriously, can help you get there. Also, people who are okay with reading a good amount of information should consider this. Yes, they do break things up pretty well, but you'll still have to read a good amount of information if you want to get the most out of this one. You'll also want to consider buying this if you want or need a resume boost. Like we've already said, completing this course will definitely help you stand out when applying to certain training jobs. So if one or more of these things are true for you, you should consider buying this course. It's usually going to be around $600, which is average price for this category. To get the actual CNC cert, you have to get a 70 or higher on a multiple choice 100 question test. If you feel like this course is a good fit for you, consider using our link for it down below. We do receive a small amount of commission for that at no extra cost to you. If any of you have anything else to add about the NASM CNC course, or if you have any questions about it, leave those down below in the comments. I will respond to you. Stay tuned for the full personal training nutritionist certification showdown video. That's coming soon. On your way out of here, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already, because that does allow me to create more free content for all of you. Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, stay sorta healthy.